Hey everyone out there, how you guys doing?
Oh wait, there's only two people out there.
Only two.
I see. Hold on.
They'll probably
Must
kind
be touch screen. Hold on. My aging Apple may be having worms.
Yeah, mine just went from one watching to two watching. Yeah, 4 thumbs up, 3 watching now. Hey, people are rolling in. All righty, we should start getting some highs there.
Hey, WD.
All right. Oh man, I knew that was going to happen. No, it's burn pile smoke. Burn pile smoke. And if you saw last night's video for the marshmallows and hot dog roasting, I went. I scooped up the big old chunks. There were still big chunks. I'm talking about barely fit in the bucket. I had to catch it and carry it around onto the other side of the property and started making a new pile over there, where I already had a bunch of stuff stacked up, and I just dumped it on there. Wound up knocking down another tree today that was another one of the apples, backed into one of the limbs with the rake on the back of the tractor. The rake's not that heavy or strong. It's bumped and crack, and it just missed me when it hit the ground. It's like, wow, I guess that one was rotten.
Yeah, just remember that wood ash is good for your garden.
Yeah, and that's where I left it right now. I just raked it, raked it all out. Hey, Courtney. WD and Michael. And so I raked all that ash out from the burn pile out into where I'm going to be planting a bunch of stuff here. J&C's Oregon Homestead. Hey, how you guys doing?
Howdy.
And so I put a bunch of it out there, but while I'm raking it, of course, all that ash is stirring up in the air, and I'm going, yep, the corn is doing pretty good. Out of the first batch I did, which I had 14 cups, 2 seeds per cup, I had 23 sprout already. On the second one, which I did about 5 days later, I've got 8 sprouted so far.
2 thumbs up.
You got allergies too. Well, right now I got smoke inhalation, but right, I'm taking these two for my allergy stuff. The Sam's Club generics of the 2 top ones, alternating per instructions of the wife. But yeah, ooh, a few more in here, and then we can start hitting the topic and everything else. Yeah, I didn't have allergies till
I never got allergies until I
5 years ago.
I broke 38 years old. Once I hit 38, I started developing an allergy issue.
Yeah.
Of course, that was exasperated by going back and forth across this country as fast as I was going.
Yeah.
Many times much faster than the posted little white signs with black numbers and letters on them. But don't tell nobody.
You just did.
I didn't say a word. It's a figment of y'all's imagination.
Try to get it where I'm not cut off, either my lower half of my mouth face cut off or the top half of my head cut off.
You don't want to look like me?
Hey, it's Kilroy. How many people out there know who Kilroy is? Oh man. But yeah. Oh, the got a rude sort of a rude awakening this morning. Out working it out there in the field and stuff. And my daughter's dog comes trotting up and shakes, and he's just totally soaked. It's like, wait, I didn't see you go across the street to the other canal. So I go walking over to the to where I'd been working on some stuff, and sure enough, our ditch is full of water. Good thing I got the one thing done yesterday. I still got to get the video edited for that one, but got it done, got the cement poured and everything before they turned on the water.
My pastor's dog likes to grab rocks about the size of his mouth and then run over to the creek and throw them in the creek, then chase it in the creek, then bring it back out. Then he'll throw it back in the creek and go after it again. He's a crazy German Shepherd.
I've seen a few dogs like that.
But hey, it's better than your foot that he's taking out there.
Yeah, my cousin had when he got out of the Army, he was on what, I forget what it was, the K9 unit in the Army over in Nam. And when he got out, he started training St. Bernards. Now, you think it's scary to have a German Shepherd go at you and, take a stance in front of you? Try a dog that weighs 3 times as much as a German Shepherd. Do that, and he shakes his head, just coats you with slime.
Matt and Sarah both here. Awesome. Good evening, you two.
Hey.
And why don't you be saying that S word again? That's a no-no. Of course, as cold as it is down here today. Yesterday it was 80. Today it's in the 40s. That's a big issue. That's not helping my sinuses one bit.
Yeah, let me take a quick check here.
My nose
all right.
trying to run away from my face all day.
Yeah, we were in the mid 70s today. Oh, we got tomorrow. I'm looking at the weather thing. Blowing dust advisory, high wind warning tomorrow from about 3 o'clock till just before 9 o'clock tomorrow night, for about 6 hours tomorrow. Ugh.
Yes, Al. Snow. You said that stuff needs to be over with already.
Yeah.
But oh, wait, I forgot. I'm the one that warned y'all that was probably going to last longer this year because of the tilt of the earth being a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oops, I forgot.
Well, the snow we were supposed to get didn't show, and we had nice weather instead. So had better weather than Steve in Southern California. I'm sorry. He started poking fun at me when I told him what the weather was. So it changed up.
2 free eggs. Cool. I'd ask you to ship them down here, but heck, with the way our mail system is, they'd be fried and scattered before it got here.
Or they'd be having chicks of their own by the time they got there.
Uh-huh.
All right. We've got living off grid, McGarvey style. Just came in. Greetings, Kristen Sharon's Homestead. Who did I miss?
Keep going.
Going up. I got all those up there. Coming back down. Yeah. All right. So I'll give it another minute. A couple more come in here, and then we're going to kick off and hit the topic. Now, this isn't going to be. Dwight Jacobs. Hey, how's it going? Big Dreams Homestead. Hey. So we're going to kick this off here, talking about first because I've been getting a lot of questions in the videos and stuff. What's going on? What else are you planning on doing? So I'm going to talk a little bit about my 5-year plan and the changes I've made. And then I'm going to open up to everyone else's. What changes have you made to your plans for the progression of your homestead, preppings, whatever? And what changes have happened most recently? We're not going to talk about why, just what changes have come to light most recently, and what ideas have come to light most recently that you want to start planning for. So, guys, think about that.
Don't trust the government.
No.
I used to try to trust them now, kind of.
Yeah,
but they've lost my trust down to about paper thin.
Yeah. Well, I look at it. Don't trust professional
liars.
No,
thieves, cheaters.
Well, you've covered Congress now.
Yep.
No, I'm saying don't trust professional politicians.
Liars, cheaters, stealers.
and
No worries.
don't trust 40-year bureaucrats.
That is a given, Wide family. That is a given. Anybody who has more plastic on her than a holster that I make is not trustworthy.
Anyone that looks like she's had 10 bad accidents with
One.
Botox. Yeah. Alrighty. So, so where are we on our 5-year plan here for the compound? Well, as I mentioned a couple times, especially in the video I just did on the basement greenhouse, I hadn't planned on putting in a big garden this year. I just planned on just the 20 half 55-gallon barrels out there, getting some, doing some experimental gardening, getting some tomatoes going, trying some corn, figuring out some stuff, how things are going to grow here, how the weather's going to act a little bit more, in depth now that I'm up here more. Hey, Keith. And things started changing back around Christmas time. Just, I started just getting a weird, serious itch on the back of my neck, between my wife's birthday and Christmas. Something was wrong. And it was all pointing towards, we all know where it was pointing, off there across the ocean. And so things have changed. I've gone from just trying to do a couple of plants, just experimenting and putting in a whole bunch of stuff. Went fully went full bore on getting the irrigation ditch buried and enclosed in pipe, so there's no way for the my grandkids to fall in it. There's been doing a lot, changing stuff, a lot of stuff up around here that had been thinking about, but it's just things have just gone really, really into high gear. So some of the stuff I wasn't planning on getting done for another year or two, I'm trying to get done now. Some stuff I was thinking about getting done this summer, I'm really going full bore on and expanding them. There's just a lot of little things that just, I don't need to work on that. I need to do this. And some of the projects I was going to do, I've just totally put on hold because they were insequential projects that were just semi-cosmetic and stuff. So I'm totally going, how do I put this, full bore to the more serious stuff right now. Cool, Courtney. More eggs is good. Now, I forget whose channel I was watching yesterday, and he was talking about a way to store keep eggs fresh for up to a year. I wish, and I was going to save that, and I got distracted with 3 grandkids. So, but yeah, and that's the thing is I got some other videos I need to put out there so you guys see what's going on. On the one side of the house, I've gone and put up fencing up for the grandkids so they can go outside and play and get left alone, and they can't escape, and they got plenty of area to play with, and they're not going to cause any problems. Okay, I'm getting freeze them mineral oil. So Well, this one, I don't think this was in the freezer, Keith. Unless he froze it and you took it out, they're able to stay outside the freezer good for a year. Yeah, I've heard about mineral oil, but I thought that was only 6 months. So 9 months is pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to do it. But that's one of the things too that I'm going to start. That wasn't on the agenda till next year. Next spring was going to be building a chicken coop, and so that's one of the things. Now I got to start figuring out where I'm going to put it, and possibly start working on it as well as trying to keep up with all the plants I'm planting down in the greenhouse. And like the video I put out, what was it, yesterday? 2 days ago. I'm losing track here. The coal bunker greenhouse video. Since then, I've planted those little red cups I had in there. I've doubled the amount of corn I've planted, and added a whole bunch of more spinach and other stuff down there, and Swiss chard to take out, and any place that it's not growing in where I've got it planted out in those raised tubs, then I'll be able to fill in the missing spots when the time happens. Hey, small town preparedness, how's it going? Albany Mountain Homestead, hey. Found some local homesteaders and just planted 6 more blueberry bushes. Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if where my daughter was gone earlier. I think she took off over to a neighbor's here, and they had a bunch of raspberries they were going to till under. And so I think she went over to pick some raspberries. Ooh, rhubarb. That's something I've never. I mean, I know my grandmother planted it a couple times, but she never tried to share it with me. My mom planted it once, never tried to share it with me. And so I really don't know what rhubarb tastes like. Elderberry, Nova, and Thomas, I think was the name. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Running through before dinner. All right. Don't trip over anything on your way to the table. What do you do with your duck eggs? It's good, but it's sour. Okay, that's why people make pie with it, because they add sugar to it to make the pie filling. Makes the rhubarb taste good, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many out there follow Winging It with Irish Colleen. It's been a couple months since I've seen a video from her, and she put one out today, and she's got ducks everywhere. All righty, so some of the other plans that have changed here is the one room downstairs in the basement. I got to step up the work on it, and the people before that had the house before us never took care of the basement problem, which was water leaking in. And I took care of that, so the basement's been dry for the last year and a half now. And there's the one area where the water used to come up that deep in the basement. And so I got to tear out a bunch of the paneling they have in there, and all the fiberglass behind it is all moldy and everything else. So I got to put on my full face respirator to go down there to take care of that, and bag that stuff up and get it up into the trash can. But I wasn't planning to do that till next summer anyway, so I got to get that done by the end of July, so that and get the shelves in there redone, so we have place to store canning jars in a nice cool spot. I'm not sure how many blueberry bushes my wife has at home. She has a couple that are producing. She also has a pomegranate.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of other little things that I'm having to change up just because of I'm having to plant a bit bigger garden sooner than I had planned on. So that part of it is stepping up a little bit. What's falling behind now is the pruning of the hundreds and hundreds of lilac bushes around the place that hadn't been pruned. Last time they were pruned was in 1999 when, according to my neighbor Brandon across the street, because when he moved in, the old man had his whole family out there, and they pruned them all, and he said has not seen them been pruned since. All right, so we're going to see. So that's what's going on here. My wife has changed her 5-year.
Go that way. Look at the chat. There you go.
I'm working on that. It's to fix it. I already got the basement fixed, so it's dry now. I
was referring to the people that showed up as well.
Okay, Steve's here. Yeah, I can see. Mama Z just came in. Yeah, Mama Z. Who else? Cecilia.
Miss Kathy.
Kathy. Yep.
Okay. Now you're caught up.
I'm caught up. Yeah. And yeah, so the basement is pretty much dry now. I just gotta come. It's a cinder block basement that was built after the house was built. All right, you got that? So they went down, they dug a basement afterwards, and then and the house is on basalt rock foundation. So I got all this basalt rock mortar together for the foundation. So yeah. So it's really, hey, Stringfield. It was President Lee and First Lady Teresa. And so, yeah, the basement has been a big problem, but I got it taken care of. That when I poured the concrete between the garage and the house, that also stopped a lot of water from coming underneath. Thanks, Keith, but I'm gonna see. I got some other stuff to do in there first. We're putting in some beams and stuff to jack it up and add extra support to it while I'm working on some things down there. It's a really weird configuration. Underneath the kitchen, there's no basement. Underneath the living room and the bathroom, there's a basement.
Enjoy your dinner.
Yep. Okay. So, what was else? Okay, before I go on and start hitting everybody for what changes and plans they've made because of whatever, there's a new channel in here, or is it just a renamed channel?
Whose?
Charles's.
It's renamed.
Renamed.
It used to be Bedtime Stories with Charles. Now it's not. Now it's Charles 64 Scale Fun.
Yeah.
So if you like Matchbox cars and stuff like that, and I'll throw the link to it in the private chat over here so Gil can paste it forward for y'all. If you guys like Matchbox cars or like scale stuff like that, or know people who do, my son is going to be doing racing with his neighbor.
Cool.
And it'll be on actual tracks, not just on the carpet. We're talking fast.
So faster than Pinewood Derby stuff.
Yes.
Yes, Keith. Well, Keith, what I put in there was a joint with self-leveling silicone concrete rubber. So yeah, it'll take the expansion and then contraction, and it'll stay sealed on both sides to keep it watertight.
So yeah, if you get a chance, or like I say, know people, go over and give Charles a sub. Once he hits 100, he can actually start making more than 7 and 8 minute videos. He can actually go to a 15-minute video.
Cool. All right. So, what other changes have you guys made to your normal plans that you had planned out? And not exactly why, because we probably know a lot of reasons why, but how did it speed up your change? Oh, yeah. It's actually 7 foot by 22 feet. That's just a little bit smaller than what the basement was here. All right.
My 5-year plan is to stay away from those needles that are coming. If I have to go underground, I shall do so.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but I'll do
it. Uncle Al's plans are for Canada.
I don't think you can take it over quite yet. Trudeau's still there. Get him out your way. You might be able to take over.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith, I will be using industrial jacks for that. Think about building some squirrel dens up the population here on your place. Oh,
good idea.
Is that going to be another food source?
Uh-huh.
Next door is region. I have a connecting wall. Fix up the house. Well, make sure you get photos and stuff. And if it's damage they're causing, you say, hey, you guys caused this. You need to fix this. Talk to your insurance company. Oh, you must have some good money there, Keith.
My plan, if it were feasible, would be to buy a deserted island somewhere and have a mobile home flown in and bolt it down in about 20 different places in 10 different ways. So when the hurricanes come through, it doesn't go flying away. Then building an underground shelter underneath it.
You know, Dave, I just thought of something. And instead of spending all that money on a island, like you mentioned, the hurricanes and stuff, buy yourself a decommissioned naval ship.
You do not get the point.
And that way you can move wherever you want away from the
naval ship, huge target, deserted island nobody knows about, very small target.
Yeah. Neat. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, real life.
All right. Considering more growing space. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I got to go put my kid to bed. He was actually rude to the neighbor boy, and He has a sore booty at the moment, so I'll be back.
Ooh, yeah. Consequences. Oh, it's got to be consequence. Yeah. Right now, the originally the plan was for my wife to come up here in 2023. Retire coming in 2023. But with the stuff going on, she's thinking about trying to hang on her job till 2025 and get more stuff paid for and up here. All right, going to increase the garden. The whole backyard is going to be done on raised beds. Yeah. One of the neatest things I think, sorry guys. In my humble opinion, one of the neatest things I think I did was those totes and stuff, because I can take use the forks on my tractor and pick those suckers up and move them around where I need to move them to. So especially what I'm going to be doing with a couple of them I mentioned is I'm going to be cutting them off kind of short, about 17 inches tall or 15 inches tall, and using them for ultra dwarf orange trees. One tree per tote bottom, and that way I can just come fall, I pick it up, move it into the garage, and it stays well above freezing in the garage, and they'll be happy till springtime, and then I'll pick them up and move them back outside. That's cool. Homestead engraving and business. I don't know. Trying to figure out a good, quick, easy thing to call you guys without going through that whole big old long one. Let's see. If I do an acronym here, that's going to be HEBAL. Hebel. Call you Hebel. Oh, that is great. That's absolutely fantastic there, Albany. I hope everybody expands their garden, or at least starts a garden. Added 5 new raised gardens. Yay, rabbit poo. The stuff you can put right on after you've already got your plants in, you can put it right up around the plants. It's not going to burn them. All right. Homestead engraving is fine. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what, Cecilia, that's one of the things that we started when, I guess it was 2012. Started looking for places outside of California to retire to. And it took, a couple of years of looking, and my wife finally got on board with it. And then we found this place here in 2016, so late 2016. Cool. Very cool. All right, Michelle. Yeah, like if anybody checks around, if you look at the cost of raised planter beds, the lumber and stuff, if you can find a place where you can pick up those the IBC totes, they're 200. The basic ones are 275 gallons volume each. I picked those. The ones I bought from the neighbor were $35 each. Cut those in half, and now I got 2 raised planter beds that are basically 46 by 40. for $35. How much cow manure is too much? It depends on what you're doing with it, and if you're putting it into the planter bed and stuff. It's got if you're planning on planting into the planter beds and you're dumping the cow manure in there, you want to make sure it's really mixed up, broken up, and divided up. And the longer you can let it sit with the worms in there, the better. If it's old cow manure or it's been sitting for a while and it started to dry out, so much the better. It's already got a lot of its cooking done. Yeah, Keith. A lot of places they'll do that. I know in California they're incented doing incentives for them to recycle it to the what do they do? They make the mulch and stuff. Yeah, cow manure you need to try to wait a while. But if it's like I said, if it's old cow manure where it's already sat for a year, then you got a little bit better off. Oh yeah, and dead fish also down in the garden will help too. Oh, it's old cow poo. Old cow poo where it's been sitting around dry for a while. You could probably turn that in, break it up, turn it in, and use it immediately. Because that's what we used to do when we had 2 milk cows. We'd rake everything off to the side and let it sit for 6 months or so, from the winter time, and then start putting it on in the summertime. And in the fall, whatever it was picked up in the fall, we'd throw it out there after the garden was done. Hey, Copper Kettle Farms. Good idea. Yeah, pallets. Sometimes you also find them on Craigslist. Some places will have them, where you can get they're getting rid of them. Yeah, the cow pies. When they've sat for a while and they're all dried out, make real good fire starter. So do the buffalo chips. That's what a lot of the pioneers use going across the plains. Ontario. Hey, serious Ontario. That's the way they used to cook a lot of times. They'll use the cow pies or the buffalo chips to start their fires. And of course, Uncle Al always has good points here as well. Cecilia, if those are pallets on construction sites you're talking about, sometimes they won't let them go because they have deposits on those. Like if they got like the bags of cement or the paving stones and stuff, usually they have to return those because they got a deposit on them. Yep, lint from the dry. Oh, where to go? Lint from the dryer also makes good fire starter, especially if you mix a little wax with it or petroleum jelly. Hey, Rustic Traditions Homestead. I'll find sticks. Oh, them boys down in Texas will tell you if you're not grilling out next to the cow lot, you're not getting the good flavors on your steak. Yeah, the inside of a paper towel roll. Yeah, you can pack those full of lint, put a little wax in there, or petroleum jelly works great. Oh, Coffee Mate is extremely flammable, and Dave's not in here to hear that. I guess you're talking about the powder, though. Yeah. Yeah, always asking. Yeah, always ask at the construction sites. You'll never know when they're going to tell you, yeah, get rid of that for us. Yep, I'm within 100. I'm within 100 of hitting the 1,000 mark. Woohoo! So the race is really in on now on the 1,000 subscriber giveaway to see who can get the most people to come on over, because right now first place is held by Grampy Campy Homestead, whatever. He has 10 people that have joined and said that they sent him. I mean, that he sent them over. Okay, what I missed? What I miss? What I miss? Why? Yes. Oh, the powder. Talking about the powdered milk stuff. Yeah, yeah. Some of the powders and stuff are really flammable, and you can do really cool things with them. Yeah, except I wouldn't want to shave my expensive mag float. Mm. All right. Mama Z's past the 700 mark. So, oh, and Uncle Al's close. Uncle Al needs about 14 to hit it. So if anybody here isn't, um, subscribe to Uncle Al. That's Die Bullfrog 79 with 1L. Go check him out. He's got some really, he hasn't put out many videos lately because his laptop died, but he's got some good older ones out there. Ow.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about making how flammable coffee creamer is and making bombs and stuff from it.
You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Say hello.
Hey Keith, that's why I had to go to these things here. Yeah, I can look over them, or I can use I got the half moon one so I can see everything to type and stuff up close. Yeah, I went from 125, 1.25 to 1.5 to 1.75 to twos. I'm probably going to have to go to two, by the end of the summer, go to 2.5s. Ooh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Uncle Al, you want to go ahead and pull that one back?
What?
His B word. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it so much. But that's what happens when you have to deal with a disobedient child. He's not duct taped to his bed. I mean, tucked in bed.
All right. Rustic Traditions is closing in on 300. Cool.
What are we talking about? Subs?
Ooh, not good. Yeah, we're talking to subs. Not good, Keith.
Well, see, that's an oxymoron because bats are technically not blind.
Yeah, but still, we know what he means.
I do. I broke 800 finally.
Woo!
I don't know how many Charles has, like 16.
Yeah. So,
right there. You got your snack.
Did I? Do I still have it there?
You got your snack. Quit smacking.
Yeah. Okay. I just put up there. What's it called now? Dave?
Just a minute. Oh,
I just put the link up there. So that's Charles's link for Charles's website.
hold on. My computer's or my Apple has worms.
Apple has worms. Doesn't have viruses. It has worms.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's Charles's channel.
yeah. So Charles 64th scale fun. And that's the link I just put up there.
And it's for Matchbox and Hot Wheels enthusiasts.
Oh well, geez, hang on. I gotta throw something up here. I gotta find it here real quick. Where'd I put it? And the computer is slowing down. Come on, I only got one thing running on it. There we go. Gifts for grandkids. Is that where I put it? Yes. Okay. Price drop 15% on the John Deere. I'm gonna have to check that out for my grandsons. Price drop on the that. So you got all these nice 1/64th scale. 1/64th scale backhoe. John Deere.
We don't do reality TV in this house. Matter of fact, we just don't do TV.
Price drop, 6% price drop on that one. Oh, now I need to tell my wife to go look at this site here and figure out which ones are approved to be bought for the grandkids right now.
Charles does also have an Amazon link on there on his channel.
Cool.
New intro video.
All right, we don't even have Hulu. All I got is internet and DVDs so I can stick in my laptop.
I have YouTube. That'd be it.
Yeah.
And half the crap on YouTube, I don't look at anyway. Type in, open up my YouTube suggested feed. Crap, more crap. Refresh, more crap. Then there's a Jerry's Woodshop and Outdoors video. Oh, hey, it's Jerry. Hey, Jerry, you have a package coming.
Hey, Jerry. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So, what other changes has anybody else out there had to make or decided it was in their best interest to make now for some reason or another to their preps or their homesteading or their lifestyle?
Fattening up dinner. I mean, I'm kidding, of course. But she is getting pretty fat.
Anybody? Yeah, that's something else. Anybody is near the Amish or the Mennonites or those, you can probably do some good trading with them.
That would be your first line of bartering right there, in my personal opinion. Because if you get with the right ones, they're going to be a lot more honest than normal people.
Homesteading, Idaho. How you doing?
Hey, Homestead. More mutton.
Yeah. That's something my wife was thinking about doing, was possible to do, is getting some sheep here as well, because we got 2.5 acres out here that I can put into grazing for them if we wanted to. It's also going to see how well we get gardening going on the other 2.5 acres here.
Ooh, motorcycle that ditch, better turn it down.
Cool. It's good to have neighbors that'll teach you stuff.
Just be willing to learn.
Yeah.
As I stated last night on Will's stream, you can teach somebody all you want. If they don't have the mindset to learn it, you're just talking into the wind.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to wait until they're at their bottom dollar, sitting on their hind end and begging for food before they'll actually learn to listen. Growing goats.
Okay, rustic traditions. I know a couple of the homesteading sites that have moved, that went from milk goats to beef goats. They got rid of the Nubians and stuff, and they've got the Kiko and the Spanish goats that are meat goats, and they're more. Hang on, I'm losing stuff. More parasite resistant. Did you see this? For the free. I missed something. Did you see that up here?
No, I didn't. I don't watch TV, so
yeah, I'm just looking for her site, thing. So can you, Cecilia? Can you throw it up there again?
I could care less what's on the boob tube. I'd rather watch Jerry start fire. And did you hear me, Jerry, or did you at least see the email? You should have it Thursday.
What about a community garden and social event? Well, actually, still trying to work on getting a community garden going out here. As far as social event, our neighbors across the street, Curtis, every Friday night puts up he has a big, huge, like about a 12-foot screen he puts up and invites all the neighbors over, and they have to do movies on Friday nights.
See, I was going to talk to the church next door and see if we couldn't use part of their acreage in back, because they got like 4 acres back there that they don't use for anything other than a small target practice range. But I can't get the pastor to get back with me. So I get that's not going to happen. But I was going to see if I couldn't get use of like a quarter or half an acre, and then open it up to the people here who want to plant seeds, make a community garden here. But yeah. Oh, don't worry, Jerry. You're not going to be thanking me once you open it. You're going to be cussing me out. Well, maybe not. You'll see. I may have sent you a few stink bugs. I have so many here in Ohio. I wanted you to have a few extra.
Okay, did I just miss her throwing it back up there again?
I didn't
the
see
link.
It.
I didn't see the link. Unless, let me check something else out here real quick here. No, I wasn't sure she emailed it to me. So I was checking my email.
I'm not seeing it up on StreamYards.
Yeah.
And it's not coming across over here on YouTube either.
Yeah. Okay, so got 12 apple trees, 2 pears, now 6 blueberry bushes. 2 apples are about 40 years old. Your grandfather planted them. Cool, and they're still healthy. That's the problem here. That there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apple trees on this property. A couple were really big. The biggest one last summer or last spring went started to leaf out and then curled up and died. One of the other ones this last week, when I had the excavator here, it leafed out green. Yesterday I looked at it, everything had died on it. And this morning when I was out using the tractor with the landscape rake on it, and I was backing around in that area, and I bumped it with the landscape rake, which is not a heavy duty piece of equipment on the back of the tractor, it broke off. And it's like, oh, great. Someone had looked at it, and I could tell most of it was dead. So I turned the tractor around, gave a nudge, and the whole stump just moved. And so I just, spent about 10 minutes pushing it off from different sides, and it flipped out.
Yeah, that's not good.
Hey, North, what is the link to Amazon? Okay. To plant all my trees. That's great, homesteading in Idaho. Mm.
Uh-oh. Brain fart.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure if she wanted me, if it was okay to use her first name or not. I almost used her first name. Until I get permission to use first names, I don't like to, throw people's first names up there. Sounds like nematodes. They basically, if they went for about 5 years without being pruned, and on the forks and stuff, they had leaves piled up, and disease got down in there, and the whole situation with those trees is just that they were very. All right, Teresa. See you guys later. Good night.
Night.
Well, it's kind of late to take a sample off it now. The whole thing is on the burn pile, and from the burn pile from last night that I posted the video of was still going, and I piled it on it this morning, and it took off, and it's gone.
Cecilia, it is not posting on our end because either the link is too long, or B, YouTube sees it as a possible threat. In
All
which
right.
case, no matter what you do, it's not going to show.
Yeah. Why don't you email it to me, and I'll see if I can pull it up and post it up here.
Yeah, see, if Facebook is not allowed it, that means YouTube ain't going to allow it. So you're going to have to send it via regular mail. Email, that is.
Get a weed water attachment to saw off.
In other words, get a high pressure hose and
Cut it. Yeah, well, right now what I'm using, I'm not even using a chainsaw to cut it up.
Cecilia, you're also not a moderator. It won't let you post anything like that. So just email it to him.
Yeah. All right, what do we got here? I'm just checking that. That one. A couple.
HTTP, not HPPT. Yes, ustvgo.tv.
Oh, China in Focus just put out a new, really interesting video. Save that over there to that folder to watch it later. I'm back here. Okay. Weed water. Weed eater. Yeah, the weed eater has the. I got one of the weed eaters that has the little metal saw blade on it. Yeah. Yeah, Keith, I understand about the phone.
I like the high pressure water idea better. Works great for crowd control too.
Yeah.
And if you take and dip one side of the hose into a small thing of gasoline and just take a light at your flamethrower. Oops.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if it showed up here. Waiting for it to show. It hasn't popped up yet.
Yes, we've seen where you posted ustvgo.tv. We see that.
Okay.
And that is the name of it.
All right, so let me see if I can pull that off this other one here. Oh, I missed Fishes and Loaves Live coming in.
Uh-oh. I did too. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was back in a couple of minutes. Actually, according to this just now, just switched over here.
Find any more cool stuff for your dad's in the area back there you were digging in?
Okay, here we go. So this is, let me take this, Control C, go over here to this other page here. Give me a second, see if I can make this work here. Okay.
Okay, I don't see any reason to watch TV personally. All it is mind-numbing crap.
Okay, that's going this way here. Okay, it's not even. I'm not even having to use the. There it goes. So they interesting on this one. I'm looking at that US TV Go thing. It also has when I did the thing on it. It looks like it's also available on, and that's not showing the whole thing. It was showing on Roku,
Yes.
on the Amazon Fire Stick, and other things as well.
If you hack them, you can get all kinds of extra crazy stuff on there.
Yeah. So Amazon.
I get enough mind-numbing crap from our U.S. government and its politicians therein. I don't need my TV to make it worse. I like having at least a few brain cells active at the end of a day. If I want to get depressed, I listen to my scanner, which can be depressing.
Yeah.
The other night they had a guy's pickup go off the highway over on 71. It took him 35 minutes to find him because he got ejected. That's depressing and sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me when I used to be a deputy sheriff. We had a carload of kids go around the corner and, roll off the road. And we thought we found them all until, 6 hours later, one of the parents, well, my daughter was with that group. And we had to go back out there and she landed way off in the berry bushes.
Actually, Wide Family, you can get those relatively cheap for about $10.
Yeah. And if you check with Hidden Valley Homestead, Scott has done a lot of research on those. And he's tried a couple different ones way up there where he is out in the middle of nowhere.
Actually, the one I found I use for my drone. If you go back to my videos, it's in a new videos playlist and find the one on the drones. You'll see it. I explain what it is, and I do believe I put a link in there for it. I don't have it handy right now. Yeah. But it's an older generation, but it does good. I could sit up here in my house and go to the other side of the office building, which is a fair bit. And between the building and my apartment, I still get good signal. Excuse me. The only way I would watch TV is if it catered to my desires, is what I would like to watch. And there's no such TV channel.
Yeah.
Because there's no news stations to put out facts.
Courtney, are you just needing to actually hit the to make calls, or on the Wi-Fi is it just for streaming, what streaming or what? Oh my gosh, what is it? Way? Oh yeah, yeah.
Need to get a better camera system.
I think it's Forged in Fire. The knife making one. That is a good one. My one son loves it.
Yep.
My wife and I will sit there and watch it too.
Yeah, they do make some
streaming.
Good if I want to watch stories being made, though, I'll go watch Alex Steele.
Well, she wants to do streaming.
Right. She wants to be able to stream the cameras from the barn out to the house.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Yeah. Because I know that also Living the Dream or Imagine Acre Wood, one of them gave the other one a Wi-Fi extender thing, So there's another couple channels to check out there for that have put stuff in. Football? What's football? Football hasn't existed for me since the steel curtain disappeared.
Hold on. I'm going to give you a link, Hilda. throw out for her for a suggestion.
All right.
There you go. That is my Wi-Fi extender, and you can find them for right around $10. That's what I use for my drone. And if it works good enough for me drone, or just trying to get to the other side of the office through the office, it should do you what you need. And it's USB powered, so relatively small and compact unit.
And that's it right there.
Yeah, it's a little bitty thing.
Yeah.
And that's just, oh, it's the older generation. No, because it uses your current Wi-Fi signal. You'll have to follow the instructions in order to set it up. But yeah, it shouldn't cost you any more internet. No, they won't know. How are they going to know unless you tell them?
Yeah.
And they really don't care at this point. They used to. Oh, you've added an extender to 25, 30 years ago, if you added an extender to it, boy, they wanted to really rake you over the coals with prices. Nowadays, it's just like, yeah, whatever, do what you got to do.
Yeah. Thanks, Keith. A lot of times on the internet extenders stuff you can get, even for in the house and stuff, they don't know.
And they, like I said, they really don't care.
Yeah, because it means, hey, you're using their service.
Yeah. As long as you're paying your bill, if you want to share it with your neighbor, they don't care. Although they would really like to get your neighbor to pay for their own.
Yeah. Here's the other way around. I don't want my wife to pick up the bill and get ticked off at me.
Single, ain't got no worries. Pretty darned apt to stay that way too. I getting old and curmudgeon-y in my old age.
Oh, excuse me.
Please don't do that.
Okay. There. I'm awake now.
Here, let me help.
Oh, where'd that come from? Oh, man. All righty.
Don't worry. In a few minutes, you may have to do it back so I could stay awake.
No, it's just I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning working on stuff, and then 5 o'clock came early.
Yes, it does. I'll be up until at least 1 or 2 o'clock myself working on stuff for Charles's channel, because it takes a lot more to do what I'm doing for him than it does for my own channel. One 7-minute video, which will wind up probably being like 8 minutes, is going to take about 8 to 10 hours worth of editing. Of all the stuff I got to do to it.
All right, big dreams. You have a good night too.
Good night. I don't have that concern no more either. My mother is happily up in heaven now. She doesn't have to deal with this wickedness that is befallen this planet.
Yeah. Oh, stretch.
My cat just did that.
I was pricing parts for water bath canners, because it looks like the next time my wife comes up here, is going to be in June, and she's going to fly up, because right now she's got the tickets, I think, were something like $33 to fly from Oakland to Idaho Falls.
PT
That's one tank of gas, and she's got to gas up 3 times on the way up here.
Understandable.
So she's not going to be able to bring all the stuff she was going to bring. I was going to have her bring, but I did fortunately bring some Scout stuff up here that I bought, and I got a big aluminum pot up here, 13-inch pot that I can put. Let's check on an Amazon, and you can buy just the rack for lifting the bottles in and out for like $9. And so I picked up. I got that added there to when it comes time to start canning in the late summer here. But right now, my wife is already in California. She's got the Swiss chard coming in, and I don't know if she's doing spinach yet. But the Swiss chard, she's got so much, she's picking it constantly, and she's bringing in big old huge armfuls. And she says she's rinsing it, getting it all ready, blanches it, puts it in the cold water, packs it up tight in a quart Ziploc bag, and tosses pieces in the freezer. So she just pulls out a pound or whatever out, or 12 ounces, whatever it turns out to be, for making for dinner. Miniatures. Wait a minute. Wait. Put that back up there again.
Why?
I'm going to enlarge it. So just keep it in front of your face.
Get the mic out of the face.
Oh, that's the Doom and Bloom miniatures. You got the game.
Yep. I haven't read the instructions yet, but it looks relatively complicated for an old fart like me. But yeah, they come unpainted.
Yeah.
So I may have to inquire as somebody who knows how to paint miniatures to paint them. My cat seems to think they're toys.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, what I got for to go in the bottom of it is a 12-inch round cake rack, because it's only that much off the bottom.
Miss Julie, I'm still working on your stuff. It's slow going.
Hey, Julie. And Kathy threw up the
Doom and Bloom survival game.
Yep. Woo.
Now I can. It does have a solo gameplay in it.
Ah, cool.
So now I can keep myself disoccupied.
Yeah. So
Thyme is the next one I'm actually burning. Thanks, Julie, for reminding me.
Take your time. You're so frosty.
No, not
yeah. I was kind of hoping that I was late getting the notification out on this. I was kind of hoping to get Anthony up here from Palmetto Prepared. He's been making a lot of changes to his place, but I think he's out there still doing stuff.
Probably in bed now. He probably worked himself right to a sleep.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of changes to his place.
Mm-hmm.
And even Reed has been doing some unusual changes too. He's been planting extra trees and stuff too. Okay, they were drinking virgin margaritas over on Southern Blessed Homestead. Well, it could have gotten real funny if they weren't virgin margaritas. Skies took my drone. Hey, how you doing? All righty. Let's on the chicken on Cops chicken plate. What's the expiration date on a Cops chicken plate? LOL. Not sure. That one maybe just got over my head. I think these are for Julie.
That's what I got done so far.
Heaven's Essentials.
Yep.
Those are her different types of soaps.
No, those are the herbs.
Herbs.
She's going to stick them in the ground so she knows what she's got when she's got it.
Ah, cool.
I've only got like 1,600 more to go. I mean, she gave me this long list of stuff. I don't even know if any of it really exists. But I mean, she's a very demanding woman.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now, Keith. You're talking about the pew pew stopper.
Do you want to be truthfully honest? They put expiration dates on some of that stuff so they can sell more of it. I've seen those items 15 to 18 years past their so-called expiration date, still very effective.
Yeah. The one I got when I went to work for the sheriff's department back in 86. I only worked for the sheriff's department for about a year and a half before my brother said, "Hey, I got a job where you make twice as much money playing in the dirt." So I went and played in the dirt, making twice as much money. But it's
so good.
Yeah, it is. It was hung in the closet on its special hanger and everything else. And since then, it's been worn 4 times by my son. He puts it on. He goes, "You were skinny back then." Yeah, I weighed 160 pounds.
My head's on fire. Uh-oh. That's because I'm thinking too much.
Dave's head's on fire. Yeah. And of course, the one I had did not have the shock plate in it, or it was just the pure Kevlar.
Yeah, trauma pads make a big difference.
And
I've actually got trauma pads for my hard plate carriers.
Yeah.
And I've got a trauma pad for Charles's.
Yeah, so I was talking to my son. I told him if he wants to get one with, like, some of the dragon scale or some of the other stuff that that's has the plates and stuff, wear that one underneath as the extra padding.
Like I said, she's very demanding. She gave me a list of 1,600 different things.
Small town preparedness. I plan on watching that video that just came out just now from China in Focus as well. That one I caught my eye. It's like, okay, I got to watch that one.
Not me. I got to go back to building things for Charles's channel.
Yeah. I still have the 4 IBC totes out there. I got to cut up. I'm going to cut 2 of them short. Actually, I'm going to cut 3 of them short for using for 2 for orange trees, 1 for lemon tree.
Hey, Howie.
Hey, Howie. And then the tops, I'm going to. It was suggested that I keep the tops at least for a little bit to be able to stick over the short ones like my daughter's using, in case we get a frost. That way it's an instant little greenhouse going over the top of them.
Hey, Howie, your dinner looked awesome, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, Keith. That stuff does hurt.
Yeah.
And even if you're wearing hard steel, it still hurts. You might not be as bruised or have broken ribs, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
And if you get hit with a big enough round, it'll still knock the wind out you.
Yeah.
Not that I speak from experience or anything, but excuse me.
Yeah, a good baseball bat and knock the wind out of you too, even if you're wearing one.
Uh-huh. I do speak from experience on that. Hey, does it stop a baseball bat? Yeah, it does. Go ahead. But oh crap, that hurt.
It also stops. It also hurts when you got someone who knows how to use the side handle baton.
Mm-hmm. Tonifa.
Yeah. Made more than a few of the deputies when I was teaching them retract their words of, "Oh, that baton wasn't going to hurt nothing."
Not only can it break your arm, it'll wrap you around the back of your neck and force you right straight to the ground.
Not only that, it'll reach up from behind and just make you join the Vienna Boys Choir.
Yeah. I don't think they need any more sopranos, though. I think they've got enough in there.
All right. Yeah. So, but one of the tubs I'm thinking about doing is for right now is start putting one of the. I still have one of the ones my neighbor gave me. It has nothing on it. It's just the top part upside down. I think I'm gonna put a couple things on it and start filling it full of compost for next year.
Yep.
And go ahead and lay a couple. I got a couple of old fence, round cedar fence posts. No, natural cedar, no preservatives in them or nothing. Lay several of those in the bottom of it and culture it, Howie. I'm going to culture it for the winter, all summer long for the winter. And next spring, it should have some nice, good ground to soil in there to add to all the raised planter beds.
I do have a bit of good news. Flowers that I planted 2.5 years ago are trying to actually come back up this year.
Cool.
Even though the ground ain't worth a diddly squat. I hear children.
No, that's not children.
Good evening, Miss Mousy. Hey, y'all, go check out her channel if you haven't already.
Please use them, not pretty. Yeah.
It was about 2.5 years ago, Heavens.
Yeah.
I spent, because I had extra money that month, I spent 100 and something on my flower bed and 100 something on the neighbor's flower bed. And it was her job, because that's what she agreed to do, was to take care of it. And then she didn't.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 years, they've actually just kind of mowed everything over. And this year I'm going to tell them, hey, leave my flowers alone.
Yeah. Okay. What you hear out there going, it's not kids whining. It's some of the steers across the street at Brandon's house.
Oh, they're getting branded?
No, not getting branded. They're at Brandon's.
I understood that part. Are they being branded?
No.
Usually when steers make that loud of a noise, they're getting branded.
They're not making that. They're just feeling a little frisky over there.
Oh dear. Y'all stay out of Idaho.
Saying, feed me. Feed me. Well, at least the pigs aren't making the big noise. They're the ones that make big racket over there. When their feeder gets a little low and they start beating their heads on it and the metal starts going clang, clang, clang. Yeah.
How'd that go again?
Clang, clang, clang. Oh yeah, it's loud. Even with the windows shut, it's loud in here.
One of the foster homes I was in, my foster father's dad was a pig farmer. So yeah, I got to learn the hard way. The pigs, when they're hungry, they can act just like a dang goat. They will headbutt you to get food. And if you're not pouring it in fast enough, they'll take your feet out from underneath you to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing worse than going in there right after church and getting face planted in pig shit.
Yep.
After that, I said, I ain't taking care of your pigs no more. Because it was a 1.5 mile walk back from his father's house to my foster parents' house to go get cleaned up. I was not happy.
Yeah. Pigs bite for food too. Yeah.
Never had that happen. The one that knocked me down, though, did get a knuckle sandwich.
Actually, it's a steer. He's already been snip. But actually, Brandon has a cattle business, and most of his cows are elsewhere, but he'll bring some over here on. I think he's got like 6 acres there, but he'll bring over several that people have paid him already to raise them for them on his property, and he'll bring those special ones here. He's got a couple of pigs, people in town that they've asked him, they've bought the pig already, paying him to raise it. Same thing with the steers. My daughter's thinking about doing that too. What is a knuckle sandwich on rye bread? All right. What is a knuckle sandwich on rye bread, Julie?
I think she was just asking if I offered it on rye bread.
Oh, offered it on rye bread?
No, it was a la carte.
Oh, God.
I know.
Good night, Kathy.
It never came near me again.
Yeah, they're not totally stupid.
No, I think it got hurt and realized that was the wrong person to knock down.
Like I said, they're not totally stupid.
Be safe, Kathy. See you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock.
All right. Okay, it's Matt at all right, so I gotta remember that. Matt at Homesteading Engraving Business. Okay, I gotta do something here. Hang on. I gotta pull the other one up here.
Careful, folks. He's making his list and checking it twice.
That's right. I'm working on my homesteading list here and adding somebody to it. Here. Where is it here? Just lost it. Okay, so it's going to be Matt. And
no, I've seen too many feral hog videos and watched how they act and interact with each other. They are very intelligent.
Let's see. Now, the question is, if you don't mind my asking, Matt, let me go back over here. What state are you in? I don't want to know county or city, just what state. Because I got a list here of all the ones, like my big list is all the ones up here in Idaho where I'm at. And I got all the ones, I got a bunch in Alabama, Arkansas, California stuff. Or are they already gone? All right. Figure that one out later. So Howie's in Canada. I got to get some of these others up here. Got some of the other ones down here that I haven't figured out exactly where they're at. Or when I do figure out where they're at, I forget to go and add it to it.
Got too much on your plate, old man. You need to settle down and relax a minute.
Now, I just need to find that winning Powerball ticket,
so you can pay people to do it for you.
So I can hire a couple people to come here and help me work around the place.
Well, I don't want much. I just need enough to move out of Ohio back to a state where I can grow something. I don't need a lot of acreage. I can find property right now up in Michigan, not far from my pastures, for less than $5,000 for an acre.
Yeah. Well, some places around here, it's as low as $1,000 an acre.
Oh, I found some up there for. I found 1 acre, 1,800, all woods at the moment. So it'll take a lot of prep to get it livable, but that's one of the reasons it's so cheap.
Yes, to tell you, I've been busy out in the yard, but today I didn't even take the camera out there with me. I was just, just zipping around on the tractor back and forth doing stuff.
Stop it.
And just, yesterday's, I still got to, edit yesterday's daytime video, putting in a concrete spillway for a head gate. Well, concrete and wood. Concrete bottom, wood sides. Save that one, drop that down. Yeah, unfortunately, a GoPro costs money. Otherwise, I'd be wearing one
Hey, do you want to
on
know
my hat.
there are other alternatives that are just as good a quality, same small form factor. The Polaroid one is like half the price, and it provides just as good a quality. And for Charles's channel, I'm going to try and pick one of those up so we can run it down the tracks too. So you guys, whoever watches, can get a first-hand experience look at how fast those cars are.
I need to win the lotto. I don't play. And the kids I can get a house and some land out and get some land out of Florida. Yeah. I don't have any junk to sell. It's all good quality stuff. Yeah. Well, Cecilia, I hope you get something. I'm just looking to find somewhere someone bought the ticket, dropped the ticket, and it's the winning ticket.
Yeah, see, for me to play would be not my normal style because it's a form of gambling and I don't gamble.
Yeah.
As a rule. I mean,
Yeah.
I gamble every time I walk out the house, but
yeah.
Okay, I can't find that camera now.
Yeah.
I was going to try to find one for you, but I can't find it.
Yeah. Talking about gambling, when I worked construction, the guys used to play, at lunch, play some 7-card stud and some other stuff, and they kept trying to get me to play. I go, you don't want me to play. You don't want me to play. After 2 hands, they told me to get out of the game because I suckered bet them all and just, how'd you do? You're too good. Let's see. My aunt was a dealer in Vegas. My dad was a special deputy for Clark County, Nevada, which is Vegas. And I grew up part of the time in the summers in the Fremont and a couple of the other hotels on the strips.
There we go. I've got this little teeny one. This is an action camera. This was $30.
Yeah.
It comes with a waterproof case and everything. It's the original GoPro style. As a matter of fact, it's the one I use when I do the Walmart videos.
Yeah. How long will it run before it shuts off automatically?
It don't. It'll run until a battery's dead.
No, because this camera I got, 51 minutes and some odd seconds. Doesn't matter if it's plugged into power or not. It just shuts off.
I'm trying to find the Polaroid style one that looks like the newer GoPros, but I can't seem to find it.
Yeah, Howie. Cool. Did Pipeliner up there? What's that camera you showed? Was $30?
Yeah.
From Amazon?
No, but I
eBay?
think
eBay?
No, Wish.
Wish.
Yeah, but you can find them on Amazon, eBay. There's also one called the Foxier. Hold on. Or Foxer. That looks like it's an awful damn long link. Come on. Oh, this is not a bad price. I think I can put this to you in our private chat and you'll be able to look it up. There you go. That's $130 right there. 140.
All right, let's pull this one up.
Not a bad price. $140 for an action camera that size is not a bad price. At least in my opinion, having researched it a time or three.
I'll throw that there. See what that does, and throw that into the.
Never enough time, hey.
Okay, so that's the one that the link just did the link that Dave just put out there.
Yep, and that's the new GoPro style. Nice small square boxy thingy.
Yeah, $130, $140 basically.
Yeah, but that's also in the U.S. If you go to the China warehouse, it's probably a little bit cheaper, but it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to get here.
Yeah, or 4 or 6. Yeah, because there's a, I put in Polaroid action camera, and there's $39 here for
that blue one, the blue one with the line on it.
That one.
Yeah.
The Action Cube 19. Now, whoa, $20 plus $6 shipping.
Yeah, but what's its resolution? Because they've got one that's cheap and there's one that's more expensive.
This is 6 megapixel.
It's not bad.
1080p high D.
That's all you need for what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not like you're trying to do high fancy action shots. That's more than enough right there for what you need.
Yeah. Dragon Touch 4K. 16 megapixel. Yeah.
But if you want to get a decent one, that little blue Polaroid one's all you need.
Okay, I'm looking at what the difference is between these two besides
the $20 price.
$22 and free shipping.
Might be the number of accessories that come with it.
Yeah, because this is 24, has same, a little bit more shipping than that other one. And it shows everything else. I'll have to look at that later. Something to up my game here. Hey, LA Prepper. All I know is that heroes are overpriced.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Mastos has the Garmin Verb. 2.5 hours. Yeah, I need something like one of these here, Keith. 5-year plan. 5-year plan. I started at the beginning talking about our 5-year plan changes to it. Some of the changes to it was, I've stopped work on some of the stuff I was going to do in the basement. Because I got a dry basement now, I've changed some of the. I've cut back on some of the electrical wiring I'm doing. One of the rooms there, I'm moving it up a year. What I was going to work on it down there, so I have room for canning. I hadn't planned to put in a big garden this year. That definitely changed. That was, another big change to my 5-year plan. My wife, was originally supposed to be coming up here in 2023, and she wants to push it back to 2025 because of certain things going on. She's got her good, well-paying job, and she wants to make sure that everything here is absolutely paid for, and all the extra stuff we need, we get before she quits her, big paying job there in California and comes up here, because she's not sure she's going to be able to get a job up here doing what she does down there. But, there might be able to. But there's what are some of the other changes I mentioned about this at the beginning here? Well, I got all the, I stepped up the bearing of the irrigation ditch into pipe. It's all done. In fact, I finished the last bit of concrete work on it yesterday of what needs to be done. So it's, that's all done now. Now I just got to step up the game and add some of the tanks. I was IBC tote tanks I was going to use for. I was going to put them up on an 8-foot platform, and so on my day of pulling the irrigation water, I just fill those up, and that way I can water the garden gravity feed for a couple days, and then top it off again on my next day. And that way I'm not paying the water for the house isn't going up while I'm doing that, and I can put the grass in. I'm also going to be going down and adding. I'm not going to wait until next year to add the trees to the orchard like my wife wanted to. We're going to do. I'm going to go down and start getting trees to add to the orchard. I got 20 trees to add to it now. 3 apricots, 2 peaches, 2 cherries, 2 nectarines, pears. My wife's got to pick out the nut trees. I don't eat nuts. She does, so she's got to pick out the ones that she likes. And I got to work. I also got to step up the getting the solar panels installed too. Hopefully this summer, so I can run get the solar panels all set up to have backup power. And I got to get natural gas line installed into the garage so I can put a heater in the garage and shop. So I don't have to plug in the electric heater to keep it, the stuff out there from freezing. So that's all being stepped up this year instead of being done over the next year and a half or so. Just kind of wondering, that's stuff I'm doing. I was kind of wondering what everybody else is doing to increase or changes to their plans for their prepping, to their homesteading, to their situation, things they want to change. Oh, yes. Chicken coop. I also got to see about building a chicken coop this summer.
There you go.
One that will hold chickens over the winter. Okay, here we go. What do we got? Private chat. Okay, this one here. Okay, pull this up. Hang on a second, guys. Dave just sent me a link here, so I am bringing it up.
Actually, added it to one of my lists so I don't forget it.
Okay, so here's the wrong spot.
Golf clap.
Yeah, I put it back in private chat again.
There is a link if you want a GoPro style camera. Don't want to pay GoPro prices for your YouTube needs. There you go.
Yeah.
Does 1080p, that's all you need. You don't have to go 4K. Because guess what? Most phones and computer monitors can't do 4K anyway.
Yeah.
So why waste money on technology you don't need at the moment? The only reason I got this one that says 4K on it is because it was cheap.
Yeah. LA Prepper. Yeah. When I first bought my house up there in Northern California, the house I bought, the people before me had converted the garage into a home business apartment type thing. And so, yeah, I rented that one out. Rented one of the other bedrooms out. And yeah, I was, basically, it was me and 2 share rentals. I had, people, renting the rooms from me. I might wind up marrying one of them, but.
Yes, you are correct. 4K file size for the average video YouTuber is a nightmare. That's why I only do 1080p. It still takes a long time. I could go down. I could actually get away with doing 720, and not many people would notice the difference because of the way their monitors and screens are. And my file sizes would be much smaller, and probably take less time to edit. I could actually do a video a day that way.
Yeah.
I go 420. I can do a video every couple hours.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, when I'm trying to do the high speed, I can't do it in the 720. I got to do it, in
Oh yeah,
one of the other settings.
yeah. You got to at least do 1080p, otherwise your high speed looks really flaky.
Tell him to make a decision on the camera that he wants. Well, the camera I want, I get in trouble until I haven't until I start, getting some dimes and nickels off of YouTube. So my wife say, "Okay, you can get one of the really nice ones." But that's this one here. This goes back up. This is the link that Dave just sent. Had me post there.
It's cheap enough. It's easy enough to use. I mean,
does it have a microphone though on it?
Yes, it picks up sound.
Okay. I mean, does it have a microphone jack so I can wear one of those? Yeah. Okay.
No, you'll have to, if you go back to my my shared list for my channel, you'd have to get an external mic and a recording device.
Yeah.
But that's only if you plan on using, if you're going to use that to do your outdoor footage, you can voice over it. You can use your editing software just to do a voiceover like you already do.
There's the link again for this camera here.
He did, Keith, just a little slow.
I just put it in again. Hey, Mary Beth Smith, how's it going?
Yep. Solar power is another good thing that people need to kind of look at if they aren't already doing it.
All right. There's a friend of mine that does reviews of all the solar power generators.
Yeah, I want his hand-me-downs.
No, he has them all when he does a shot of his thing, he's got them all lined up there on the wall in his thing here. Let me pull him up here real quick. Dang it. Shoot.
See, that's actually the camera I'm going to get for Charles's channel, because they make little Hot Wheels that takes a powered camera that I can put him on the track so people can get a bird's eye view.
Come on. Let's go. There we go. And a minute. And come on. There we go. Bingo.
Excuse me. Night Blue.
So I'm going to put this over here.
Curse Black.
And so it's Minuteman Prep is his YouTube channel, and he reviews like the Maxo Bluetti and some the Titan, and he has a whole bunch of other ones on there. He's the one years ago I got my Kodiak from Energy, and he now the Kodiak has been upgraded twice now. The new upgrade's coming out in September. Yeah.
Keith asked you a question. And he told me to get you to answer it. I'm not
okay.
I'll just get your attention. And Mary Beth, that was awesome. Good job.
Okay. Which question? About which camera I want?
Yeah, he said, "Is that the one you want?" And
what I want one that'll take an external microphone.
Then you're going to spend $300 on it.
No, actually, because mine one here was $119.
It also has crappy video.
Yeah, it has the.
If you want something that does good video, your best bet, and I can tell you how to take and use a old cell phone. You've got an old cell phone. I can tell you how to turn that into a remote microphone.
Yeah,
because I've actually got a cord.
Yeah, I can record on it too, but it's I got to go through multiple steps to convert it where I can add it to.
Yeah, see, I don't have
a video.
I don't have that issue. I just record it in MP3 format and drag and drop it onto my software.
Yeah, it records in some other format other than MP3.
AVC. It's an ABC WAV file.
Yeah. And
my software recognizes it though.
Yeah, mine doesn't. I got to do a conversion to it. So, but drop this down here. Yeah, see, he does panel reviews. Time he's done, it goes back to some of the other ones and all the kits and stuff, and he's pulled some of the older ones off, but that's Minuteman Prep, and the Titan was upgraded to. The Kodiak was upgraded to the. I've just lost it here.
Well, why do you think a small town where you sitting on the dock of the bay? Some people will get that, some won't.
The Apex. The Kodiak was upgraded to Apex in early March. There was such a demand. They sold out all the Apex they had made for this year because they were going to be bringing out a new one in September, and now they're trying to push the release of the new one up. That actually has plug and play external battery stuff, so you can plug other type of ion lithium batteries into it. But mine will run my Kodiak will run my CPAP machine actually it won't just run mine and someone else's CPAP machine all week at Scout Camp.
Keep rubbing it in. That's it. Keep rubbing it in. Sure.
Which I no longer go to Scout Camp, so it's my emergency backup here. Ozone is let's clean the air. Reading up here. Okay, I'm trying. Come on, back up. Okay, Cecilia has a CPAP machine and oxygen generator. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm not sure how much an oxygen generator will pull.
Amperage?
Wattage.
Oh, amperage, wattage, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's your amp pull that'll shut things down. It's that initial draw.
It'll handle because I put on my electric chainsaw onto it. It works fine. I put on a pump.
Run the machine, no problem.
Yeah, it's the wattage, how long it'll run it for. The watt hours.
Once it's running, it doesn't pull much.
Yeah. Okay. Then it's good. And then if it'll run for 2 days, if it'll run it for 2 days, and maybe if it like I said, mine will run 2 CPAP machines for 6 nights at Scout Camp. A Kodiak will, and the new one is even a little bit better. That's coming out. I'm not sure what they're going to be calling it yet. I'm on their email list.
They're naming it after my cat.
No, the Titan is the big one that by a different company, and it's high dollar. The Titan is the one I want to get because it has stackable battery, lithium batteries added onto it.
That's a dream wish list for me.
Yeah. I just lost Gilmore's first name.
Happy?
Anyway. Anyways, Ben. If Ben ran his with 2 battery packs, and his Titan ran his entire cabin for a week up there with just a couple of solar panels to help charge it. But with mine, I took mine to Scout Camp, and with 100-watt panel, it was at 75% charge at the end of the week. So, and those Kodiaks are Kodiak and the Apex, and the new one coming out is going to be even better on it. But the problem is on the different solar generators, you got to be careful, especially when they're coming from across the big pond. They rate it at one thing, but the problem is their battery cannot support, like I say, it's got a 1500 watt inverter on it. Well, the battery can only support 750 watts of draw on that inverter before it shuts down.
Which is not a bad thing. You actually want your inverter to be able to do more than the battery it carries.
But
you have to monitor what you're hooking up to it, because you definitely don't want a inverter that will pull higher. Or wait a minute, let me think. You don't want an inverter that'll actually pull higher than the battery can supply. So if
that's the problem,
right? If you're getting something and it says it handles 700 watts, check the battery specs.
Yeah,
because if the battery is only a 1200 watt hour battery, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
Make sure the battery is replaceable.
Yeah, and that's the problem with a lot of these ones, is that they come with a 1500 watt inverter, but they can only pull 750 watts because the battery goes, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and if you're not careful, some of those batteries will literally explode, and it sounds like a gunshot going off in your house. Fatty
and I'm not sure, one of the ones he did, I don't see it up here right now. He may pull, he keeps pulling. I'm going to tell him just to leave those old videos up on there. He had a test video on here that he basically
videos he may have to pull down due to legal rights.
No, he had it up for a while, and he just pulls stuff down as he doesn't keep very many live up to date ones on there. He's pulled some of his gun ones down too, but he had a tester where he had 1,500 watt light bulbs, and he turn them on and see how long it took for these different inverters as he was testing them to go, oh no. So yeah, he tests a lot of stuff there.
You definitely want a bigger battery than what your inverter can pull.
Yeah, and that's what the thing is to tighten. Oh wait, it's still there. I wasn't all the way down.
But you want to know the actual honest truth? The best thing to do is buy yourself your solar panels, because you can get them relatively cheap first. Then buy you a controller, because you can get that relatively cheap next. Because your most expensive part of any solar system is the battery system.
Yeah.
So buy your bits and pieces first. Buy the smaller pieces, start building it up, then build yourself an enclosure to house it all in, then worry about your batteries. Yeah. That way you can actually space it out over a few months' time and build yourself something that if you were to buy it brand new, cost you $3,000, but you're only going to spend like $500 or $600 total cost over the several months.
Yeah. So here's his light setup here I was talking about. Let's see if I can get a better view of it here. Yeah, he's running, he's charging. Come on. Okay. But anyway, so you see the lights here. He's got all the lights set up, and he's got a set to run through it, and he'll check it there. So Ben's got he buys all these things himself. He does not get any of them from any of the companies. So all the inverters he does, he does he runs some, tests them head to head against different ones. He does all these different ones there, and you get an honest review from him, and he'll explain the number, how the numbers work, and why why you get one for with this, and it has this in it, why it's not going to work, and so he explains everything out really good.
Yeah, but if you build your own, you can actually piece it together in such a way that everything will work properly.
Yeah. Well, it's like on one of my videos, I did the battery box on the wiring up the 4 deep cycle golf cart batteries to power a 1500 watt inverter, and I used that before I had the Kodiak, on scouting trips and stuff like that. I just load in the back of the pickup and run an extension cord over to my tent. Yeah.
But he's got good videos, and there's a couple other YouTubers out here that do videos on how to build your own. And I can't think of the guy's name right off the top of my head, but he actually lives out of an RV, And that's all his YouTube channel is basically building your own DIY solar panels. Or
Yeah.
not panels, but systems. And he tells you which solar panels are best for each type of system, because not all solar panels are created equal. Some work great in other situations, they don't work. So a fair bit of research is due on your part. Do some due diligence research and you'll be okay.
Yeah. So actually, I caught it at the beginning here. He's doing with the Apex, which is the upgrade from my Kodiak. Looks exactly the same except the name. He's running the battery test on it. I mean, the light bulb test on it as well. So, and it's both the Kodiak, the Apex, and the new one coming out are from Energy, INERGY.
No, Cecilia, I don't, because I can't remember the guy's name right off the top of my head.
Yeah. But then there's also Reed.
Yep. Just if you want to learn how to build your own system, do DIY solar charger system search in Google, or not Google, but on YouTube.
Yeah.
And just start watching a bunch of them. Don't
Yeah.
take any one of them as God's spoken word. Just use, watch a bunch of them and see where each one, where they all start to line up. Then hey, that's a good piece of equipment. Then watch a couple more and find something else that everybody says this is a good piece of equipment.
Yeah. Reed is a good place to go to too at Manifestations of Imagination. He's an electrical engineer.
Yeah, he might know one or two things.
Maybe. Yeah,
just
I forget whose system he was reviewing and helping her to fix it.
Yes, any system you buy that is pre-manufactured is going to cost you 10 times what it would cost you to build your own comparable system.
Yeah.
Because they're putting in all the wiring. They're making it nice and neat inside that nice aluminum housing that they built it in. And they're putting all these fancy plugs and dials and gauges and LED meters on it. You only need one LED meter.
Yeah.
You need the amount of plugs you need. You need one or two batteries. They're going to be your biggest expense.
Yeah.
If you go LiPo or Li-ion, you're going to spend a lot on your batteries. Best thing to do is get a couple old semi batteries. Those work decent. Golf cart deep cycle batteries are best when you're first starting out, but fair warning, they are extremely heavy.
Yeah.
Your car battery weighs 56 pounds. A golf cart battery weighs upwards of 85 to 90 pounds. So it's not going to be a portable system.
Yeah. And the problem is, I started all my systems using the deep cycle batteries and stuff. And as soon as I can, I'm going to start upgrading all mine to the IPO.
LiPos?
LiPos, the lithium iron phosphate batteries.
Those are Li-ion. Lithium ion, not lithium polymer.
No, the lithium iron.
Right, those are
Lions. Yeah. So the problem is between the difference. This is why my wife is going along with my upgrading it, is a lead acid battery, golf cart battery, has about 300 full cycles if you're lucky, whereas the lithium iron ones have like 2,500 cycles at least, and some of them go up even higher as well, up to upwards of 3,000 or higher. And the cycles is if you were to take it all, as you use it, you drain it, bring it, build it, drain it, build it back up. Well, the life cycle is as if it went all the way down dead, and you were able to recharge it. You can do that so many times. And
but
then
the thing is, with Li-ion and LiPo and several other the newer battery types, you cannot completely discharge them. You will ruin the battery.
Yeah.
As fast as you discharged it, you just ruined it. So most batteries have a built-in cutoff system where they cut off at about 20%. You do not push it past that 20% or you will ruin the battery. And when you start shelling out $100, $150 a battery, you want to make sure you're not ruining it.
Yeah.
So you have to have a proper charge controller, because that charge controller also will control its discharge rate so it doesn't over discharge your batteries.
Exactly. Yeah. So you got your charge controller, your discharge. You get one of the ones that does both the charging power coming in, so it doesn't overcharge the batteries, and it doesn't over drain the batteries as well.
Yep. And that'll run you right around $80 for a good one. Your solar panels themselves, depending on which brand you get, you can get cheap ones from Harbor Freight to start with. They're not the greatest, but they're cheap. And once you get your system built, you can upgrade to more expensive solar panels. The nice thing about Harbor Freights is they can be daisy chained.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 90% of them nowadays are. You can 90% of them can be daisy chained, but the Harbor Freight ones are the cheapest ones to get, and they're local to most people.
Yeah. And but at the Harbor Freight, you got the different ones and stuff. Get them the more expensive one at Harbor Freight. It'll work better. It won't. The cheaper ones at Harbor Freight have more problems than the good ones. You just like that. You pay for what you're getting there. If you get the good ones, it's going to last longer. And I wish, did I have that here?
Another good quality battery that will also work quite well is from Optima. It is the yellow top. It is a deep cycle battery.
Yeah.
It has a very long lifespan, but you're going to pay for it. The battery is like $240 each.
Yeah.
I used one of those when I was doing sound competitions in my Mustang, and all it did was run the amplifiers for my subwoofer. And that subwoofer pulled at peak power. It pulled enough amperage to actually destroy a car alternator. So I had to have a separate battery running just to it.
Okay. So let's see if I can enlarge this here first before I bring it up there.
I wish I could go play at Harbor Freight more often. Excites, right?
Nope. Battleborn.
Yeah, it's the
lithium.
Yeah. You're going to spend a lot of money on those.
Yes. The prices on these have gone up since I put them in here. They've gone up significantly. But these are rated very high.
Yep.
They lost. That one's gone. Darn it. And here is a very expensive controller for a whole house unit.
Yeah, that's not something most of us will ever need.
Yeah. But these are some, that one's no longer in stock. That one's no longer in stock. This one here was the other one that had good ratings on it too.
Because right now, everybody's buying that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the price actually dropped on that.
So like it's been mentioned on ours and other live streams across YouTube lately, it's a little too late to start prepping because people have realized, oh, I might want to buy that because this might actually happen now. And so a lot of people are going out buying the things that we've been buying for years, and they're driving the prices of the rest of the stuff sky high.
Yeah.
Night, Howie.
Night, Howie. Ooh, there's a nice wish list. It's for off-grid solar homes. One of the things that was on our 5-year plan, and it's gone off of it, it's come back on it, and it's back on it in a different way. Was an outdoor kitchen.
They have been, Butch. Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's stuff shipping. It's still taking 4 weeks to get here.
Because it has to go through a quarantine too.
Yeah. But yeah, an outdoor kitchen is one of the things up for on our 5-year plan. Is been pushed back.
Small town. I had to go back to the beginning and start rewatching, obviously, because they're making a comment on when I said sitting in the dock of the bay. That was a while ago. Either that or your YouTube stream is seriously lagging right now. So when she gets to this point, congratulations, you got it.
All right, let's see here. And oh, okay, I've dropped now. My other one is off by a minute there. Now it's back up. I can handle off grid. My husband can't because of his health. Got it, Mary Beth. There on that. Now, one of the things I noticed, which is kind of neat, to supplement a solar system. I haven't seen them in stock lately at Sam's. They come and they go. They come and get a big shipment in, and they go without them for a while. Is the dual fuel generators. They're on not only on gasoline but on propane as well. And there are ones out there a little bit more expensive. Northern Tool comes to mind as one, someone who has some that are tri-fuel: gasoline, propane, or natural gas. It has the input on the side. You just flip the switch, well, which one you're going to go to, and run it on. But
I can't do that. I want to, but where I'm living, I'd
yeah,
have to power the whole dang building.
yeah.
I'm not that nice.
And they were things. The ones at Sam's weren't that expensive. I mean, it's like, oh man, that's less than $500. And I think it was a 3,000 watt generator.
It's not bad.
You know, it wasn't. It was excellent. It was a Champion brand, which is really coming along.
Well, Cecilia, if you look in Michigan around Weidman area, Weidman, Weidman, or Winn, Winn, Michigan, you can find property for less than $1,000 an acre.
Does it have power to it though?
They're off a main secondary road. They're off a paved road.
Oh, but they should probably have power then.
Yep.
You get dropped fairly easy.
Yep.
And these generators weren't that loud. But one of the things that my son is doing is building for the 8,000 watt generator he has in California. He's building a Faraday cage box, sound box for it. So it acts as a Faraday cage, and it cuts the noise down. And he's putting on a big old huge muffler system on it, so it runs really quiet. It goes pop, 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 pop.
But something people don't realize, and most have never experienced it unless they've actually been out in, say, a desert at night with no lights and no sound, how a cricket 2 miles away can be heard.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's something we haven't really discussed ourselves on any of our streams, is what's it going to be like in a post-collapse?
Yeah.
Sound is deafening. That expression is literal. You will actually, your ears will hurt in absolute silence because they will be straining for the slightest sound. I've been in absolute silence. Hey, Miss Lori, good evening.
And all hail, Queen of the North.
And after a while, you will develop a nasty headache in absolute silence.
Yeah. You know, we talked a little bit about, on the Grid Down video we did Friday Night Live 8 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, where we talked about, generators. The problem with generators is A, fuel, B, noise, and C, neighbors. He's got a generator. I can run my extension cord over there.
Or he's got a generator. Let's go take it.
Yeah.
Force on force. Be prepared to use force if necessary. Because if you're not prepared, you might as well just go ahead and open up the door and say, "Come on in, take what you want. Just don't kill me in the process."
Yeah. Well, that was something else that's been changed up on the 5-year plan. And I've been slowly stockpiling freedom seeds. Well, it did a big jump earlier, especially when they had something significant in the 12G size at a ridiculously low price. In the number 5-shot size.
Mm-hmm.
So I got several boxes of those seeds.
Freedom seeds. What kind of plant is that? It is a copper and lead mixed plant.
Yeah, and it has a very
Let's just say it's kind of
fireball fireball tendency, and pieces of it go.
It's very explosive when it grows. Very explosive.
And noisy too.
Goes.
The way you did that. When you did that, you know what popped in my mind? Jeff Dunham and Ahmed, and not Ahmed, but
yes, Ahmed the terrorist.
No, not Ahmed. Walter. What kind of dumbass thing is a suicide bomber? Like to see you do that again, dumbass. I'm sorry, I love Jeff Dunham's character, Walter.
Where do you think I get my nickname, Grumpy? Jeff stole my identity.
Yeah.
Problem is, he's rich now, so I can't never get it back.
Yeah. Wow. I just realized we've been at this for over 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Cool. So now we brought it up about
Charles' channel.
No, that too. Oh yeah, we'll bring up Charles' channel again. Let me go back here and I'll pull up the link to it. Private chat.
If you or somebody you know likes Matchbox cars, no matter the age, my son and I and our neighbor boy are going to be redoing his channel into a Matchbox and Hot Wheels racing series thing. Mama Z. Oh my goodness.
Okay, what's going on? Okay, yeah. Okay. So back to the regular chat to post it.
And the link he's posting is to Charles's. And it is called Charles 64th Scale Art Fun.
And this is the intro video. If it ever, there we go.
And that little boy is Charles's neighbor. And that is Charles's assortment of Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Cameron doesn't have as much. But we're going to have fun trying to race.
Okay, cool. So that's the link I put in there. Now that we got that hyped up, everybody, don't forget to go over there and subscribe, because right now it's got 16 subscribers.
Yep.
17 subscribers.
Yay.
All right. I thought I had it already. I guess I didn't have it before. But you did. You know, when you changed the name, did you lose subscribers?
No.
Okay. I thought I had it on there before. Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. The other thing is talking about about like my 5-year plan. Changed up the amount of stocking I'm getting of freedom seeds. Has anybody else had to changed up their purchase of home protection stuff. Have you thought about it?
Yes, Cecilia, I know, and it was done with his mother's permission. I mean, she lives right there. She knows.
Yeah.
Because trust me, if it wasn't okay with her, it would have never made it to YouTube in the first place.
Yeah. Got to have all the mommies and daddies' permissions, or at least all the mommies.
Oh, we don't care about his daddy's permission. He said that he's probably going to get an a la carte knuckle sandwich too.
Yeah.
Not from me, from her. She stands almost as tall as I do. Her shoulders are almost as broad as mine. She can handle herself.
Yeah.
Of course, she is like 8 months pregnant right now. And guys, you know what those hormones are like. You don't mess with a pregnant woman. Don't do it. But anyway.
One of the things my daughter was looking at, and son-in-law, they were looking at some more personal protection. And when I heard the dollar sign amounts being discussed, it was like, oh, no. You want for what you guys want something plain and simple. You want like a Mossberg 500 series pump in 20 gauge, or even 410, or go with the High Point 1095 carbine.
Good night, Lori. Get safe, or be safe. Get better soon, please.
Yeah.
Pray your way.
Take care of yourself, Lori. And so, yeah, they're they're rethinking their purchases along that line to include what's pretty and what is built like a tank, functional, and is going to keep on working if they drop it in the mud.
Yes, Lori, there will be one tomorrow night at the DCM's public webpage. And it will be, if I'm not mistaken, at around 6 or 6:30 my time.
Cecilia, question: bows, arrows, crossbows.
Go look at Canada's laws. That's all I got to say.
Are they that crazy on the crossbows and stuff too?
Well,
slingshots.
They're trying to do the same thing England did with knives. So how's that fit your bill? Can't have a kitchen knife because you might hurt yourself or somebody else. Our cabin in the woods. Good evening.
Hey, our cabin in the woods. Hey. So, so they're not even allowed to have slingshots up there in Canada.
I think you can have a slingshot, but there's probably some regulation on it somewhere that you have to have some kind of permit or something.
Yeah.
I could be exaggerating. I don't know, because I literally have paid no attention to their laws because ours are draconian enough.
Yeah.
You can't have a boomstick in your house if you live with X number of people in the neighborhood. Excuse me? What if those X number of people try breaking into my house? Call the police. They're 25 minutes away. Well, that's your problem. No, it's going to be their problem when they come here and find dum-dums out of my grass all bloody. Don't worry, the blood will start in the house and go outside. I don't want them in the house. I have to, once they take them off, I got to clean.
You drag them out there before they poop their pants.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
Straws with poison spitwads. Well, if I could get a hold of some of those Amazonian green frogs, I'd be golden. The old Amazonian dart frog.
Oh, all right. My boys are ingenious and vicious.
Bad combination.
Straws with needles and spitwads.
No, they're doing it wrong. So long. Take and go to your local dollar store, buy several packages of shoelaces. Snip off the plastic end with about 1/4 of an inch behind it, and you fluff that out. You shove the needle through it, and you have made a blow dart. I've never done that before, so I have no idea how to do it. It can be
Well,
very
let
accurate.
me put it this way:
14-inch tube.
what they did with the Kleenex spit wads and the needle, they stuck each other several times. It works.
Well, see, I found out how to do it using a piece of 18-inch long brake line, and clean, of course, had no brake fluid in it because both ends are flared, so it makes it really easy to get a good
Come on,
compression fitting.
drop off it. There we go. All right. Mary Beth, who needs a neighbor like yours with a backhoe? Dave, me, or someone else on the side chat? Not going there.
It's not hard to make. There's actually YouTube videos on it.
Yeah, gasoline and styrofoam cups.
Yep. Stick inside mason jars, close the lid, stores for quite a while. When you need to use, poke a hole in it, throw some string on the end, throw it, light it, and he goes.
You forgot to do the other part with it. He goes, oh!
I can't do that part. I didn't forget swords. I got one.
Okay, side channel. Oh, you're talking about
makes a good chin rest too.
That would be Charles. I just lost the name of the channel again.
Charles 64th Scale Fun.
Yeah, that's the link for it. Me for hiding the bot. I got my own backhoe here already. I got a little backhoe of my Coyote. Granted, it only has a 12-inch wide bucket, but hey. But then the neighbor also has an industrial. One of the neighbors here in town, somewhere because I've heard it going, has an industrial wood chipper, and Brandon has hogs. Hog food.
Oh, see, I have within walking distance an industrial furnace. Okay, AK Steel is within walking distance. Their furnace, nothing survives. No bones, no metal, no rings, no nothing. Not even pins survive. The question is to say, if you got them right beside you, how proficient are you with them? Just because you got a weapon doesn't mean you're proficient enough with it to survive a fight with it.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, somebody that's got an 18 or 22-inch sword, and if they're not proficient with it, I can take a 2-inch dagger and tear them up.
All right. Hang on one second here.
Uh-oh. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Incoming. No, actually, no. Throwable tomahawks.
Yep. Third one's out in the cargo container, but yeah. And you don't have to throw those. These are meant for combat.
But the most dangerous person you'll ever fight is somebody who thinks they're qualified and they start going ape-back crazy with what they've got. Not only are they now a danger to you because they really don't know what they're doing, they're probably going to hurt themselves too.
Yeah. Well, you get someone like that. That's where I use my my black belt.
I like that one, our cabin. Please don't trespass. We are tired of hiding bodies.
I like the other one. Warning: trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again.
Yeah, that one's kind of old.
Yeah. Or people found trespassing here at night will be found in the morning.
Trespassers will be shot. Bloodhounds are trained to track blood. Please Run. That's what I figured, small town. You were lagging about 10 to 15 minutes.
What you can do is if you look on it, there it says live, and if it's not red right next to it, you click it and it jumps it back forward to the current time.
But then she's going to miss so much.
Yeah.
I can't never remember.
The other one is the other good one is trespassers become hog food.
I can't do that here because I actually like my FedEx or my UPS guy. He's actually a pretty nice guy. The FedEx, they change daily. They change drivers almost as much as people change their underwear. Well, good people change their underwear that often.
Well, in other words, they change drivers more than people. I mean, as fast as some people change their cell phones.
Or they change. They go through enough drivers to count for the number of rolls of toilet paper that everybody just got done buying.
Yeah.
Literally, there is on an average, there's three different FedEx trucks that come onto this property for various reasons, and it's the same 3 trucks, but it's almost always 3 different drivers. How do I know it's the same 2 trucks? Because they all have the same exact ID number. Obviously each truck's different number, but it's the same 3 numbers.
Yeah. Checking something here real quick. That's on time. That's on time. That is lost somewhere. Yeah, that must be coming from China. I was ordering some wildlife netting from Amazon to put over those raised planter beds, keep the birds out and keep the cats from using it as a litter box. And it was supposed to be here on the 4th. And it was ordered on the 24th, it's supposed to be here on the 4th. That's a long delay. And it says, when I click on it, it says, come on, delayed, has not shipped yet.
Oh, well, see, what gets me is you order, and I've had this happen to me in the past, is you order from somebody like on eBay or Amazon too, and they say, it will ship once your payment clears. Well, I give it 3 days. No shipping information. So I wait another 3 days. I give them 6 days from the day I buy it. Then I send them a message saying, do you have any idea when this item will ship? 3 days later, they get back to you. Oh, we're sorry. Our manufacturer told us this item was damaged in our warehouse. How the hell did that happen? And we have to ship it back. We don't have any currently in stock because that was the very last one. If you want to wait 2 to 3 more weeks, we'll get you a new one, or we can give you your money back. And you decide to check all their store listings, and holy crap, they've got like 15 of that very same thing listed. It's like, you know what? You're a jerk. Give me my money back.
Yeah.
I can't stand a knife that is not sharp at all. Can't stand it. If I want a dull knife, I got butter knives.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that's required to cut anything of substance is razor sharp.
Replacement razor blades for my.
That's by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, for all my little knives.
I've actually got one razor knife that I need to try and find blades for. They're out there. I just haven't bought them, and I should.
Here's the butter knife. For those who don't know, Julie said she uses a machete to spread her butter. That's why she would call it her butter knife.
I forgot. I put it up. I put my machete up. Darn
it. Ooh, you guys I just thought of something. My son bought a Fisker's machete, basically, and he left it up here. has a nice hook on the end of it, so it comes up and then turns a nice point like this for digging in and cutting the when you pull back to cutting the weeds and stuff or the brush.
Mm-hmm.
I need to put a new. I need the butter in one swipe. It's great.
This one does that one too, Julie. I just have to be very careful because it's got 28 inches of edge.
That's why you line up 28 inches of bread, buttered all at one swipe.
Actually, with this, I could probably butter like 10 loaves at once. And slice and dice it too.
So
I've had that before.
They refunded you. It shows up late. Do you send the item back?
I usually try to if the person was honest with me in the first place, I try to contact them and say, hey, I actually got the item. Would you like me to pay for it? And twice in the past, they've said, no, go ahead and keep it. I said, cool. You know what? Because you've done that, I'll do a video review on YouTube and let them know that customer service is top notch, because that is top notch customer service. But if they're a jerk, it's like, well, sorry, it's mine now.
I'm going to do a video on YouTube about your crappy customer service.
No, I try not to do bad YouTube reviews unless it's something that's
really bad.
Really bad. I mean, life altering. If you get this, it can hurt you type bad. Then yeah, I will do a YouTube video on it. But if somebody sends me something that's like, stitching's bad or something like that, I'm not going to waste my time or their time doing the review on it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
2 hours and 37 minutes and
yeah. I've had one item. I think I've had one item where it actually came after, they sent it after it was refunded. But I think only one time, and that was kind of like I got something else to replace it, and I didn't want it, and I just told UPS not take it back.
Yeah, see, that's something else I can't stand. Yes, we're a USA seller. You finally get the item, it's got customs labels all over it. Yeah, I can't stand companies that pull that crap.
Yeah.
If you're going to import it from China, being honest enough to tell me so I can expect the shipping issues. But don't tell me it's here in the US and then, oh, we're sorry. No, bullcrap. Don't lie to me about it. Be honest.
Yeah.
I'm far more amicable when somebody tells me, hey, look, we're in the US, but the product's coming from overseas. Okay, cool. If you can get it to me reliable, it'd be at the cheaper price and it's in good shape, then yeah, I'll do it. I'm not that impatient. I can't wait. But if you're going to lie to me and say it's in the US and then I find out a week later, oh, I'm sorry, it's being drop shipped from somewhere else, then not so much.
Just checking something here. Yeah, I have to do some other checking
For
that bird netting stuff because they haven't been shipped. I need that on there now. I'm gonna have to probably go to Home Depot or Lowe's and pay a little bit more for it. Yeah, see what the different costs of the stuff is. Yeah, things are. Oh, here we go. That is 25. Was what I pay for this 13. Okay, so it's not quite double the price, but hey, I can pick it up tomorrow.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I contact a shipper or a seller and say, when's this being shipped? If it takes more than 2 days for them to get back to me, I know exactly it's already being drop shipped from overseas and that they've lied. And I have no problem reporting that to either Amazon or eBay. You have a seller who's lying about where they're at and where the products are at.
Mm-hmm.
It's all being drop shipped. The problem is both eBay and Amazon are now partially owned by Red Dragon Company. So the chances of getting anywhere with that is now slim to none.
Yeah. Still did not come clean.
I mean, if I want to really buy something cheap and don't care about how long it gets to me, then I have no problem ordering from overseas. But if I'm ordering something and I need it, like yesterday and would like to have it like day after tomorrow, and the seller says it'll be there in 3 days, I expect it to be here in 3 days.
Okay, I'm just checking other stuff here real quick here. Alrighty. Let's see.
Red Dragon hometown, shall we say, owns a stake in Amazon and in eBay. Why do you think Amazon just purchased, what was it? I don't remember the exact number, but several $1 million worth of cameras to do face ID and temperature detection for all Amazon plants. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
No.
Yep, all Amazon plants now have a temperature monitoring camera which does facial identification. So now they can monitor, hey, there's Joe Schmo and his temp's normal. Hey, there's Becky Sue and she's got a fever.
Oh, there's Gil. Wait a minute. He's 2 degrees below normal. What's wrong with him?
Well, they would really hate me because my average body temp runs 97.6. I'm a full degree below normal body temp.
Yeah.
Every time I go to my doctor, and if I get a different nurse, I watch her eyes go wide as heck. She starts shaking the thermometer, and she goes and gets a different one. I'd let her go through 2 or 3 of them. Then if I say, oh, by the way, my normal body temp, it's low. I didn't say a large share. It just owns a share. That's how they're able to get places over there are able to get away with lying to the GP, general public.
Yeah. Okay. So
Never used to be that way. eBay used to really crack down on people for that. Back when I first started playing around on eBay back in 2004, if a company said it was in the US and it came from overseas and you could prove that it had custom tags on it, eBay would shut them down. I've already passed that mark, Fish and Loaves, so. And so is Mr. Gill. He's the old fart among us.
Mm-hmm.
And poor Julie, she's a youngin'.
Okay. No, I just canceled that netting.
Oh, there was once a question, and if it's okay with Mr. Guilford, I am going to share this as soon as I go find it again. Come on, computer, work properly. Thank you. If Mr. Gill would publish this over for me. There was 1 or 2 people that offered in the past to help my channel out. I've always, kind of declined it for the most part, but there are a few things that I would like to get for my channel to help my little business grow. And that's what that is. It is my channel's wish list off Amazon. You're younger than I am, Julie. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm younger than Gil, so as he's pointed out.
Sonny? Can't hear you.
Go get the old metronome going. Get that clickety, 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 and it sounds like his bones.
Looky right here, and you're going to forget how old you are.
Hold on, I got to go get my mirror first. But that's my channel wish list, so if anybody feels so inclined and wants to help, then that would be a big help.
All righty. I got to write this down.
All right, fish and loaves. Almost choked on that one. Hey, Will. About time you showed up, a youngin'. Now I know where my coffee went. Will snuck in the back door and drank all my coffee and then walked in the front door like nothing ever happened.
Netting, N-E-T-T, netting. And that is an aisle. Make sure I get this. Sorry, guys. I got it as GC01.
What surprised me right now, Cecilia, because the items I need to help make my business grow are in high demand at the moment.
All right. Well, I need to get the other stuff too.
Fish and loaves. The first part of that I might disagree with, but the second part definitely I agree. There's always somebody richer, because I'd be a poor boy. But you know what? It don't bother me one bit, because you know what? I grew up poor, so I understand what it's like. And I've had in the past, I've had a good job where I was taking home $800-900 a week in cash. That was my cash take-home pay, and I did that for 4 years. And I never once forgot what it was like to not have anything. And now I'm back to not having anything, which is okay with me. It don't bother me a bit. Because I know if I had a lot of cash, I'd go back to doing what I used to do. Give 90% of it away. It's okay.
Kilowatt batteries, mounting accessories.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to touch that one right now. 5-year plan, we discussed that like 2 hours ago.
Oh, actually, we discussed that almost 2 hours and 45 minutes ago, and then an hour ago.
No, sadly, Cecilia, even the Bible says the love of many will grow cold in the end days, and the love of many has grown cold. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could use a few extra helpers around here to help my little business grow, but I'm equal opportunity employer. I don't care what the color of their skin is or their language, as long as I can understand them. Because language barriers can create issues.
Yeah.
And I don't like issues. I can't stand drama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I just got my weird sense of humor just kicked in.
Uh-oh.
On Fish's comment there.
I'm plugging my ears.
No. It's not that. The heart of man is desperately wicked.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to disagree with that what you just posted there. I can kill the last statement, Fish, just with one word. Nancy. If you need the second word, it's Pelosi.
Focus on the little gray figurines floating across your screen. You will now forget what he just said. These are now your new toys. Focus, focus, focus.
Oh, she's laughing. She's an AI?
Or artificial intelligence.
or is that absent intelligence?
That too. Good night, Cecilia.
Night, Cecilia. Take care up there
And
in
if you're
Canada.
bored and have nothing better to do, pick yourself up a copy today of Doom and Bloom Survival board game. This thing is not light, by the way. This box is like 3 pounds. It's heavy for its size. I've got to go through and read the instructions. Yeah.
She's a what? A neath? Okay.
She's not tall enough to be a Nephilim. Although it's still evil at heart.
Both her models recall. Oh. All right, guys.
We have definitely derailed this choo-choo train this evening. We hope you've all enjoyed the ride. Please remember to put your seatbelts back behind you and your trays in the upright position before disembarking this train. Any damages or injuries caused by tonight's derailment is solely upon the user themselves. Management is not responsible, nor is the co-host.
Oh. And let me.
And besides, it needs stitching. Please go see your local medical physicians.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to add.
Any and all stuff used on this channel this evening is subject to fair right copyright use laws and other things.
Any derogatory remarks aimed at certain people are strictly coincidental unless they deserve it.
All figures used in tonight's descriptions have been solely purely coincidental.
Unless actually needed.
Names have been protected or changed to protect the innocent and not changed to protect the guilty.
No, not changed to compound the guilty. Oh. Condemn, compound, whatever. Like the pound, never mind. Anyways, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for everybody coming in here. And and I'm gonna throw up a little thing here, maybe. Nah, I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah, there's enough room for to put add-ins around here at the very end. So tomorrow night at
there. Now you can stick something over this side here. I'll move my head over for you.
All right.
The bow. I don't forget the bow.
All right. I'm trying to think. Tomorrow night, Dave. 9 o'clock.
Yep, 9 o'clock. It's just open chat. No real topic. We need to discuss, obviously survival type things, but let's not bring up the Red Dragon if at all possible.
Right.
I'm sick and tired of hearing it, and I'm sick and tired of people coming back on me and comments and calling me everything but a white person.
Yeah.
Thank God I have made many keywords that are blocked, so y'all don't have to see it. But
And Friday night special will be at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. And the topic for Friday night is must-have items you still need to get.
Solar.
Freedom. No.
Well, that's not going to happen in our lifetimes. I'm sorry.
5 ton. All righty. And with that, we will see you guys later. So everyone remember, stay happy, stay safe, stay prepared. Last word, Dave?
Hasta luego.